Hey everybody, welcome to this twin flame reading. I wanted to tap into the collective today and do a little check-in as to where things are in the collective. A little bit of, I don't know, information about how to work with your twin flame energies. On this channel, we are going to be expanding into how you work with these energies. Okay, so I'm doing tarot readings. Obviously, I've done them for the past 3 years, but I kind of feel, I feel called to help you understand things, which is the first part of it, education, and then how do you work with it. So let's talk about twin flame today and about how you might work with that energy. Some of you, I've definitely done classes, and I will do another one if this is something you want to talk about twin flames in astrology and how you kind of look at your astrological chart, how you look at the twin flame connection, and some interesting tidbits there about looking at something called a union chart, which I have just been reading about, just fascinating, about understanding your connection with your twin. And that really has to do with the date you met or the date that you first got together. So I'm not sure it's a thing. I'm not sure it's like somebody has like said, this is my thing or whatever. But I've been reading about them recently, and I've seen them in a couple of different locations in literature about Western astrology. I haven't looked into Vedic. I'm sure, obviously, Vedic is like the granddaddy of them all, so it's definitely there. And I want to try and help you understand what the path is. So me and North Node, right? I'm the North Node girl. So take a look at, if you have a synastry chart. Synastry is the chart, the astrology chart that is you and the person, right, laid over top of each other. Composite chart is, I feel like this is the chart you want to look at between you and the other person. But it's not the date, it's not the composite between the two of you birth charts. It's more like the chart of the day when you met. So it's more like a transit chart, something like that. So if this is a lot of astrology information being thrown at you all at once, I don't blame you. I'll be doing more videos and more classes on that, because I feel like that's how you can really understand your North Node on that day. Kind of shows you what you need to be learning at that moment. And in the composite chart, in the synastry chart, you can see the North Node, the joint North Node, and what's going on with that. North Node is the path you're here to walk in this life. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Upcoming, I'll be doing an ascendant class. Your ascendant or rising sign. This is your karmic path. So we'll be putting up that class soon. It's going to be here in March, and you'll be able to access that if you want to do that. Karmic paths are very interesting, especially as it relates to twin flame. So just wanted to give you a little bit of information about, how I'm sort of looking at things these days. I'm going to be using this Denise Linn deck. Denise Linn deck, Passion and Pleasure, no question about it. First Light, Grounding. All right. So I feel like this is, finally into a new day. So some of you may have finally kind of released and let go of, how do I say this? How should I say this? Some of you could be on this path of like really focused on the twin flame, and I want it to be a certain way. I feel like whoever this reading is for, you've really let go of I think that's like the beginnings of when you finally understand that there's a twin flame and you finally figure out who it is, or you have this, most of the time people don't really seek out twin flame information until they have an experience, right? And you're wanting to figure out if this person is, a karmic soulmate, or if they're my twin, or whatever they are. They're all important. Okay, so it's not like, oh, you're just a karmic twin, get out of here, right? Or you're just a karmic soulmate, bye. Like, that's relevant to your twin flame path. It's not irrelevant. It's not just like, oh, you're getting in my way, you're harshing on my buzz. It's not that. Okay, so I feel like you're kind of coming into a higher level of information around twin flame. And it's like moved out of that initial stage. So let's call the initial stage, and no disrespect to high school relationships, because I really believe those are real. Okay, that's when we're not like kind of like shoved into all the programming of an adult life yet. We're a little more open, a lot more vulnerable. And those of you on a twin flame path, there is a real awakening. A lot of you could have awakening in childhood or in high school or college. A lot of people do meet their twin early on in life and then may not, get together with them or be back around to them for many, many years. That can happen too. So this is really about those of you who have settled into this idea, okay, of this person is on my path for my life, my whole life. There is no, you can ignore the connection, you can reject it, you can do all that stuff. It doesn't go away. You can do all, so that's, the free will part of this whole deal. I feel like what's going on here is you're beginning a new cycle where it's like next level, like you've kind of matured in your belief systems. That's not right, because it's not really, this is about getting outside the belief systems. So you've kind of developed yourself and learned a lot about twin flames, and you're really focused on mission, or you're focused on something else around the twin flame. And you kind of are like cool with the fact that this person is on your path for life, regardless of what it looks like. Okay. I'm going to use my new Souls on Fire deck for those of you who've asked me. There's a link below if you want to check it out, if you want to purchase it. It is a deck that is about healing. Okay, so that's why I'm going to use it for the Divine Feminine right now. So the energy of the Divine Feminine right now, Six of Swords. All right, check this out. Six of Swords. Knowing that you're on a path toward this new cycle. Okay, Six of Swords can definitely be energy of helping someone else. All right, it's like, my mother used to say this all the time to me. She's like, you're just so focused on your own problems. If you want to get outside of that, help somebody else. And damned if she wasn't right. You know what I mean? I was always like, oh, like, oh, God. She might have said it a little harshly, but, So there's that with the Divine Feminine, the desire to, not in a way of like what I just said about my mother, because it was really kind of a scolding kind of thing, but in more of a way of, you know what? I see my mission as helping other people, and I see my mission now, and I'm going to pursue that regardless of the connection. So the Divine Masculine, energy of the Divine Masculine right now, Queen of Wands. So they could be inspired, inspiring. Some of them can be really putting their heart and energy into their work. Some of them can be feeling like they've got a lot of drama going on in their life right now. Okay, and I do feel like this energy is very positive energy. But I also feel like there's an opening up to spirit, because there's a little black cat. I don't know if you ever noticed that. There's a little black cat on this card. This is the Radiant Wise Spirit deck, by the way. If you like this deck, I'm using this for the masculine. And let's use Monday, Mystic Monday, for the relationship. All right, so the energy of the relationship. You could end up helping the masculine, by the way, Divine Feminine. Four of Pentacles. There's a certain stagnancy to the connection right now. And I almost feel like it's because each of you are on a strong path of your own. Okay, so there's a certain amount of, you're opening up to helping others. You could be opening up to helping the masculine. The masculine kind of needs to work on their own, I feel, kind of needs to open up to their own spirituality a little bit more. All right, so how the Divine, I'm just assuming you're Divine Feminine. If you're Divine Masculine, I happen to be Divine Masculine, like it's not about the 3D body, okay? It's about the energy. All right, so let's see where we go. If you have a lot of Mars in your chart as a female, you might be a Divine Masculine, okay? If you have a lot of masculine, a lot of planets in masculine signs, if you have a lot, you're likely to be a Divine Masculine. Same is true with Divine Feminine. If you have a lot of your personal planets in water signs or feminine signs, you're likely to be a Divine Feminine. Some of you may have a water sign in the first house. Okay, that likely is indicative of you being able to flow. Okay, so whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine, whatever sort of resonates for you is how you're working here. And that is an indicator that you'll be able to come into personal union in yourself. Pretty strong energy actually about that. All right, so let's see how we're looking at the connection. Divine feminine. There she is. Empress. This is my divine feminine card. So essentially the divine feminine can be about stepping into her power, stepping into that energy, his or her power, stepping into that energy of feeling stable, feeling balanced, right? Grounded, that's Taurus energy. Libra is balanced energy. I think I saw that. Yes, I certainly did on the bottom of the masculine deck. So there's a good feeling there for me about like you're really divine feminine, feeling who you are. You're able to, that is the purpose of astrology, tarot, all of these things, these tools that I'm using are about helping you understand you better. That's the whole goal here, because it's not really about me doing readings for you for the rest of your life. It's about you being like, oh, I totally get this now. Okay, that's my mission for you. That's my desire, is to shine a light on those things. That's why, there's a little bit of like tough love that goes on in my classes about like, okay, you need to work with the information, right? And so I'm shining the light on that. And then for those of you who want to go a little deeper into what that means about how to work with the energies, that's what we do in the classes. But let's see about the masculine. How's the masculine seeing the connection? Look at that. Hermit, really trying to get to understand themselves, get to know themselves. Just what I just said about going deeper, about know thyself, about understanding who they are. Because that is the purpose of all of this kind of work, is to understand not just your purpose on this earth, but who you are doing it. Who you are doing it. Because when I, talk about this, your North Node, a lot of people can have North Node in the 8th house in Gemini, like me. But the flavor of all the other stuff in the chart makes that a personal journey, makes that a personal mission. That's the it's a lot of information, and trying to integrate all that information will help you understand that. I try to isolate things so that you can get a deeper understanding of that particular piece of your astrology chart, or how tarot, may help you work on healing and things like that. I feel like the masculine is really starting to get to know themselves now. Okay? Really starting to see who they are in a big way, understanding their Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. This is something that happens to us in childhood that we work on throughout our lives, and your astrology chart really highlights that as an important lesson. Okay, it's groundbreaking for you to understand, because a lot of times people can't see their own Chiron, their own wounded healer, and the purpose of the journey of getting to know it. Well, let me say this differently. Getting to know your Chiron, your wounded healer, the journey to learning that is super important, right? Because revelations show up for you along that journey. So having that, not of like, oh, I just want to get there and understand it, but aware, like you can learn energy in your mind. But this is why we talk about body, mind, spirit all the time. Because if you have like what's going on outside you, so your environment, right? And you have your spirit and mind and body. And when you work from the ground up, which I think a lot of people in society are doing, that's okay. That's fine, because that's where you started, right? You're really focused on your physical 3D life. When you start working from it that way, I feel like to me, it's a longer journey, because you're like, I don't know why I just did that. Okay, I just changed jobs and I feel more fulfilled, but I don't really know why. When you come at it from your spirit perspective, when you come at it from your soul's mission, then things start to make sense. Then you're like, Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I'm looking for a home in a like-minded community. That's why suddenly I feel the need to get out of this X whatever it is, fill in the blank. Okay? That's why I suddenly feel the call of the twin flame, right? So when you're understanding from a spirit level, this is really deep healing because you're understanding the why. And I think that psychology kind of gets you there because it doesn't quite go all the way, but at least psychology is in my view and how I've used therapy or psychology in my life has been about the motivations of behaviors, why certain things happen. But then when you level it up into that spirit level, that mission, that soul purpose, now you're seeing the whole system at work, and you have like a grounding, you have like an anchor position of knowing like, oh, okay, my position, my purpose in this life is to dig deep into information and help others understand themselves, help others transform themselves. That's my particular mission. And it's not like you just get it once and like, okay, set it and forget it. You're working with that for the rest of your life. Okay? Very, very interesting stuff. Let's see what the message is from the universe to the divine masculine right now. Okay. Six of Cups. I feel like the universe is saying, hey, circle back around to your divine feminine. Okay. They have something for you. If you're seeking information, if you're seeking help, if you're trying to understand yourself better, this divine feminine has information for you. Right now, things are at a standstill. Four of Pentacles, holding on to a 3D life. Someone, the masculine and or the feminine, is still holding on to a 3D life. Message to the feminine. That was really loud. Magician. All right, so you, divine feminine, are the magician of the two. You're able to manifest this connection. You're able to sort of bring it into being. As above, so below. You're connecting the 5D and the 3D here. Let me clarify this Four of Pentacles about the energy of the connection. Please clarify the Four of Pentacles. Oh, Hierophant. Empress again. Magician. Wow. Empress and Magician showing up. Lovers. All major arcana cards. So right now there might be stuck energy. I almost feel like there's something in between you. It could be distance. It could be time, like you haven't spoken to them in quite a long time. But this is about, Hierophant is Taurus. It's about a relationship. Empress, there you are, divine feminine. Magician, there you are again. Manifesting lovers, manifesting this connection, manifesting union. So for this particular set of twin flames, because the masculine is trying to get to know themselves better, that's bringing the two together. Because the feminine is trying to understand her mission. You see how this is not about focused on the union? It's not. It's bringing about the union by focusing on each other, by focusing on your mission. That's what creates union, okay? So what's subconscious for the feminine? That's freaking awesome, okay? Subconscious for the feminine, Two of Swords. A little bit like, I've been hurt by this person a lot. I don't want to deal with this anymore, okay? Two of Swords, that's subconscious for the divine feminine. It may be more conscious than you think, and like, okay, I'm just going to focus on my mission. What's subconscious for the masculine? Oops, I got two here. Wow. Judgment and Moon. Can I see one more here? Okay, Celebration. So that's a timing card for me. It's possible by Easter, by the end of March. Is Easter's early April this year. It's possible by that time there might be a reconnection here. I feel like what's subconscious for the masculine is stuff is breaking through. Okay? Judgment and Moon. They have fear about this. They have fear about the connection. Three of Swords. Previous hurt for them too. Willing to start new. Five of Swords, Chariot, and Eight of Cups. I feel like this person, the divine masculine here, is gaining so much information about themselves. They feel like they're transforming, transmuting what's going on in their life so that they can move beyond this hurt and whatever went down in the past, okay? I feel like the feminine might be less inclined right now because the feminine's like, I'm on my mission. I don't really, putting the past behind you for sure. Clarify this Two of Swords. Knight of Wands, the Star, Eight of Swords. So I feel like the feminine is really healing any kind of energy, the masculine running away from them or something like that. I feel like the feminine is really in that, but not really seeing any kind of, it's almost like you don't see the coming back together, and that's a good thing. I hate to be ruining the party. Like, okay, spoiler alert. I guess I should title this spoiler alert, like, because I do think union's coming back together, and I feel like some of you will be like, no, I don't want that. I do feel like this person's coming toward you. Look at that, Chariot and Eight of Cups, because now this particular divine masculine is on their path. Like, they're getting to know themselves. They understand themselves. And it's different. Okay. The Virgo energy, the judgment energy, this is deciding to go straight forward. Okay. Straight toward mission, but also straight toward, I feel like they feel like you have information, divine feminine. Divine masculine feels like divine feminine has information for them in terms of that's going to help them heal, help them get on their path. This is not super romantic right now. This feels like it's about mission. So they could be going through like a real big change in their work, change in their life. They could be going through something really big right now. And they're seeking more deep information. If there's been stuck energy for a while, I feel like there is going to be a connection made again. So we'll go deeper into that. I feel like Three of Cups. Third month, this is March. The next holiday is Easter. That's American holiday or religious holiday or whatever the next celebratory event. Okay. So you could view the end of, the getting your vaccine as like a celebratory event, right? Like that is a thing. So you could see the, starting to travel again or something like that as a celebratory event. So there's something along those lines. Okay. All right. If this made me feel very, very hopeful, I want to do one more thing. And then if you wanted to continue on with me, I'm going to go deeper. I'm going to see all of these. I see Cancer, Gemini here a lot. Gemini, Libra, Taurus, lots of Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, Aquarius. I see a lot here. If you're dealing with any of those signs or you are any of those signs, I will look at those in the extended. So let's just see where we're going here. Nine of Wands, Six of Swords again, Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Okay. So in order for this to come back together again or to be successful, you both have to learn something new. You can't get this together with the old information. This, new information, new understanding of twin flame, new understanding of your path, new understanding, all of that. That's the thing. And it's also a release and let go of the romantic connection because the thirst for knowledge around mission, around path is the thing. You see that now. You're like, oh, okay, I'm releasing and letting go of that. And I'm really pursuing my mission, pursuing my path, trying to get to know myself better. That's the thing that generates another level of understanding between the two of you. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. All right. I'm going to continue on with this. If this resonated for you and if you're still here, it probably did. So I'll check out all these zodiac signs and we'll do another spread, okay, about twin flame and where we're going here. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. I'll see you over there.